How's it going, Justin and Cliff? Nice to meet you
Hey,
guys.
Good,
Well,
thanks. You
nice to
too.
see you guys again. We talked
Yeah.
in the past, but
yeah.
I'm going to jump right in. I want to start with Justin.
Mhm.
Justin, this film, which I just watched, is amazing. How do you think it elevates the character of Deku and kind of builds on his character arc that has led to this point?
Uh, yeah, Deku is he takes after his mentor All Might in a lot of ways, or tries to. He wants to save everyone. He wants to be the sort of pillar in his community of heroes that people can rally to or depend on. And that's embodied, I think, very well in this new relationship that he finds with Rhodey, the character in this movie who makes sort of the unlikely duo that we follow for a lot of the action concerning Deku. Uh, so yeah, it's amazing to see him sort of butt heads, but learn to lean on Rhodey and then work as a team with him and the other heroes that have rallied to this worldwide cause. So yeah, it's just really gratifying to see him sort of take up the mantle of his personal hero and mentor in this film, and a lot of the burden and responsibility of saving the world in this movie rests on him and his close friends.
So I like that you mentioned the whole odd couple thing between Rhodey and Justin Deku. I wanted to know, what do you think about Deku's character? Really got shined on with in his relationship with Rhodey because they're very different. What do you think kind of Deku had to do to work with this new personality?
Right, and that's it's very fascinating in this movie that where the other two films we've had so far we're pretty invested in relationships that we knew about or that were already forged in the anime. This relationship that we see the foundations of is new in this movie. We've never met Rhodey before, or Deku and Rhodey have never met. So we get to see them really start from scratch, and it's definitely not easy. So yeah, Deku has to go out of his way to understand Rhodey's point of view, his personal goals, and how they're not always necessarily above board, but he's got to learn to work together with Rhodey in unlikely circumstances. And I think to this point, uh, Izuku has found out how to work with people that he doesn't necessarily see eye to eye with in a meaningful way. Um, so yeah, he just used whatever tools he had in his belt up until now to make a really cool team with Rhodey.
Thank you for that answer, and it was great talking to you again. Now, Cliff, I'm going to focus on you for a moment. Great to see you again.
Great to
Um,
see you.
I want to know, Bakugo is forced to kind of step up and take the reins of certain parts in this film.
hmm
Do you think that experience in this film is going to, change or be seen in his character going forward?
Uh, it's always hard to say when it comes to movies and their greater contribution to the continuity. Um, what I would hope for in this instance is that we continue to see the things that are shown in this film, the moments that are showcased in this film. We continue to see them be validated. That not so much that these things propel the character forward, but that as the film is viewed as a part of the story at large, it never feels out of place or or out of character or anything like that. In which to which I say, to me, it doesn't. There are some interesting developments for the character of Bakugo that we haven't explored with him, and it was exciting to see them. And so I'm very happy that these parts are explored within this film, just to give us that little bit more nuance to Bakugo when he's viewed as the whole.
Uh, Very, very, very great answer. Now, uh, I want to know if you think Yeah, a lot of the times in this film with Bakugo is spent balancing with Todoroki. Very different characters. What do you think it is about Todoroki specifically that balances so well with Bakugo, personality wise?
It's kind of funny because it's a little bit of an opposites attract kind of situation, but at the same time, there's very much about those characters that is the same. You know, both characters are very driven and very strong-willed, very strong powered. You know, they have awesome quirks. Um, but the dynamic between the two of them and the way that they exert their strength and their presence in situations is very different. Where Bakugo is very aggressive and the like, get out of my way. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna get it done. You know, Todoroki tends to have a little bit more of the like, well, let's think it through. Let's make sure this is gonna work kind of situation. In which I feel like is always exemplified. Those two elements of their personalities are always exemplified uh, every single time Bakugo says, "Don't tell me what to do," which I say so much, and especially in this new movie, I felt like I said it more in this movie than probably any other point in the series, and even in the previous movies, which I know for a fact I said it and to Todoroki. It was it's very fun to play off of that, and David is fantastic as Todoroki, and it's always a pleasure and a treat to act alongside of him, and it's just great. It's wonderful.
Well, that's going to be my time. Thank you guys both so much for talking to me again. I can't wait to speak in the future.
Good to
Thanks,
see
man.
you.
Good to
Yeah,
see you.
thank you.
You too. Thank you.